Hey everyone, stay tuned till after the intro to see how I created this Bob Ross inspired piece. I think you'll really like this one, guys. Take care. Bye bye. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's video. Today's going to be a little bit of a different video than the normal speed drawing I do. I've been watching a lot of Bob Ross videos lately, and it's inspired me to create a Bob Ross painting using Sketchbook Pro 6. Today we are going to be using pencil number 4 to do this entire drawing. I did one recently that I put on my Twitter for Behold the Nautilus, and it came out pretty good. I didn't record it, but I was talking like Bob Ross the entire time, and and I think it came out fairly good. So let's get started, shall we? I'm going to try to talk like Bob Ross. I'm going to try to be as calm as Bob Ross. Not always the easiest thing, but you know, I think we can have some fun today. So as Bob Ross would do, we're going to start off with the sky. Then we'll go for we'll go for something along these lines right here. Get as close to the white as possible. Let's make sure all our settings are good. Keeping it at a 9.9 random. 0.13 for the opacity. And 43.8 should be fine for that. Alright, let's begin. We'll start usually right about here where the light source is. And when you see it come out, it's going to look like this. So as you pull out, it's going to be like that. Let's bring it a little bigger. And we can just start making some really random shapes. We're going to leave some white spaces. Because that's where we're going to have like little cloud areas over there. Make some little random circles. I think today we're going to do like a purplish, maybe like a winter scene or something like that. Who knows? Wherever the wind takes us. And then we're going to come right over here. This is the round bristle brush. Click on that. We're going to go. We're going to make sure everything's okay here. So we have it. So if you come over here, you can see how big the circle is going to be. So if you bring it up even bigger, bam. Circle gets even bigger. Bring it down smaller. Bam. I think 96 is good. The opacity and the strength look pretty good. So the strength is going to be how much it pulls and pushes. So we'll set it back to 14 should be okay. Opacity is that, but we don't need it to be too much. Let's bring it back down. 12 and 14 should be fine. And then we're just going to come over here. We're going to start blending in. That already looks beautiful. Come over here. I'm going to keep those light areas. Remember, we're trying to keep those light areas. You just want to go kind of around like this. See? Keep those light areas. That's going to be our focus. You want to focus on those light areas later. So here we got ourselves a little bit of a sky here. Tell you what. Now we're going to come down just a smidge right over here. And then we'll come back down to here. And let's darken over here a little bit. Sorry. If you do this enough, the mouse gets a little bigger. Look at that. That looks awesome. Remember, we're going to stay in that area. Let's stay in this area. And you don't want to put too much here because we just want indications. Just want a little indication. Just indications. There we go. Now, the reason I started using this tool is because it really does work. Once again, come back here. Now, this time I'm going to bring it down a little bit. See? It's a little smaller now. Come back in here. Look at that. Look at how it blends it in. You don't want to blend too much. don't want to blend too much. You still want to see that purplish hue, you know? Still want to see that. Oh, that looks good. That looks very good. Come up here a little bit. Very nice. That looks good. Come over here. Do the same thing over here. This already looks like a sky that I would want to look at night. Maybe in like, this is like the beginning of the day. Now we're going to go back up now. We're going to go right to the white. And then, actually, let's go back to the pencil. Come over here. And then we're going to bring the opacity down. Bring that down. Bring that down too. And we're just going to give little indications. Once again, we're just looking for indications. Indications. There we go. Then when you mix everything together, that you want to do, we're going to bring this down a little bit. We're going to lift up. Now, remember, Bob Ross used to lift up. You want to lift up. Then come back over again, and then getting it a little smaller now. Let's just come back over the top here. When I get the tops of them. Yeah, there we go. And then once again. Look at that. Doesn't that look marvelous? Now you always want to. Should have prefaced this. You want to start with the deeper color first of the clouds, so you can get that color first before you go into the bigger ones. Blend in. Always make sure to blend. Gotta make sure to blend. Gotta make sure to blend. Now, for those of you wondering, I use a mouse for everything. I use a mouse for all of my paintings. I don't use anything else besides mouse. It's a more of a challenge, you know? You wanna... You know, back when we used to have, like, Microsoft Paint and all those different programs, you know, you wanted to challenge yourself, if you could. It was always something that you could be like, hey, Mom and Dad, look what I can do. And they'd be like, wow, my son's an artist. My parents say that now. My parents have slowly, gotten used to me being an artist, and well, I think that's just awesome, you know. I don't know if they're still used to being a YouTuber, but it's fine. That looks beautiful. That's a beautiful sky right there. Got these nice big clouds. Nice big clouds. Just want to bring that up a little bit. Look at that. Bring the color up into the clouds. Do the same thing for this one. Beautiful. That's an awesome sky. It's already looking pretty good. I'm happy with this. Here, let me blend this out a little bit more. I want this to kind of move over here. Yeah, there we go. Now that we have a sky in here, we're going to, I think what I want to do, if I may be so bold to do it, bring it down to like there. But maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll have a mountain right over here, right in the back. So, once again, this is just indications. You just want to make indications. You know. And we're just using, it's been just these two right here that we've been using. Just the smudge tool and pencil number 4. That's all we've been using. You know. I'm going to see how it works with trees. I'll see if we can make something pretty cool with trees. Bring it up a little bit. Just to fill that in. Nope. Nope. Made a mistake, but that's okay. We don't need a big mountain back here, you know. Just the indication of a mountain. Then, now, you probably all remember this from the Bob Ross videos. And this is how I do it. So, what he would do is he would take his brush, and I'm going to bring this opacity right up. Bring the strength up too. And what he would do is he would pull right down. Pull right down. Let's bring it up just a smidge more. There we go. And then pull. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Look at that. That already looks like a beautiful painting. That is awesome. Now, another thing I would like to mention is this art piece I'm doing. This was not a Bob Ross painting at all. This is an original idea that I came up with right off the spot. Like, I'm literally doing it as I see it. How cool does that sound? I think that sounds pretty cool. Now we're going to come back over here. Sorry if I'm sniffling a lot. I have allergies right now. They're kind of messing with my steez. And what we're going to do is we're going to come across here and give it the illusion of mist. It's misting out. That looks so cool that you can do that. And once again, this is a program that I am once again using with a mouse. You know, I think that's pretty cool to remember to you know, keep in mind that I'm using a mouse for this. And it's not easy using a mouse. You know, it's not the easiest thing in the world. But it can be fun. You know, I'm fairly self-taught, you know. I'm saying I'm pretty much all self-taught. Now, before I put highlights on this mountain, which I am going to do, I want to create like a little lake here. do a lake right over here. So we're going to come back into here and we're going to make this a really big brush. We're going to bring the opacity down. Still keeping the randomization at 9.9. Let's get a little bigger. Okay, here we go. So now, it should come out. Look at that. We'll start off with the base color. And we come over here, and we'll leave this little area here light. We'll leave it a little light over here. So, because there is a light source. Remember, there's a light source here. So it's not going to be all blocked in. You know? It's not going to be all blocked in. Then you can do this. Come into here and just... Isn't that cool? And then if you want to bring this down, because you don't want to be too big, you know. Just kind of come in here like this. And then we're going to just... This already looks like an amazing piece. We're not even done yet. We just got started. Once again, going right back to this tool here. I mean, you can clearly see what we're doing. We're just using basic tools to get this done. But it's producing incredible results. I think I'm going to make the edges a little deeper over here on the side. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull this down again and then do it again. There we go. That's much better. I'm going to blend that all in. And then we'll do the same thing on this side. Very nice. You know, I know people talk about that ASMR thing, and this could be a form of it. You know. And don't get me wrong, I do not consider myself to be in any way, shape, or form as good as or in any way in the same arena as Bob Ross. I'm just an artist who does his own thing. You know, and so I'm just myself, you know. Now we can really actually do this right. Do this right. Get that reflection in the water. That looks much better. Actually, I'll probably have it come down even more. Let's do that. If we're going to do this, we're going to do this right. Have it come down even more. We want that reflection to really, really stand out. You know, we want, this is, after all, everything reflects on water. Let's make it stand out. That's even better. Oh, that looks so cool. Okay. Alright, let's have some fun. Let's have just the tiniest bit of fun. We're going to get really thin here. Really thin. And then we'll go right up to the white and then bring the opacity down too. We'll come here. We got to get our waterline now. Get that water line. There we go. We'll go probably a little higher on the opacity. Once again, sorry for sniffling. Sorry for sniffling. How about we put a little bit of color on here? Let me just clean this up a little bit. Let's clean this up. Just a smidge. Okay. I think it's time to put some color on this mountain. That sky is beautiful. I will say that much. I think that sky is beautiful. I think I'm going to put some more clouds over here. I think I'm going to put some over here. And maybe I'm going to add a little bit of green to this. Almost like a seafoam green, you know? But right now, let's work on this little mountain here. And the first thing I'm going to do is actually extend the mountain just a smidge, if I can. If you will allow me that. Let's get a little more darker. We don't want too much darkness. I just want to fix this up. Looks a little janky. And then, of course, remember, we can't just leave that like that, because it's not going to look like that in nature. You know? It's not going to look like that. Nature just doesn't look like that, you know? Gotta make sure everything... Once again, these are just basic shapes we're doing. Basic, very basic shapes. Much better. That looks a lot better. Now we can put in some color. So we have purple here. I think we're going to stick to this sort of purple right here. And we're going to bring the opacity back down. Back to where it was before. Once again, we have not changed this at all. We're keeping it exactly where it is. But you're going to see what we're going to do here. Now, come up just a little bit. And we're going to come in here. Go right to the tippy top. You want to leave a littlest indication of oh boy, sorry about that. Excuse me, let me back away from the mic. Oh boy. Like I said, I apologize. I didn't want you guys to hear that, but you know, sometimes, you know, people get sick. It happens. Life gets in the way sometimes, you know. Now I gotta think about the type of I might want to go with like a medium here. I think we'll keep it. And when you get to these small areas, make sure to make your brush smaller too. You don't want to ruin the beautiful colors over here. You know? Now you want to be able to see all the little things. There we go. So all we're doing is we're indicating, bring this out a little bit more, where the light source is coming from. You know, that's something you learn in art class. It's something that pretty much a basic art class thing. You know, you want your light source, the light's coming from over here, you know. Gotta make sure you get that right. You know, when you do something like this, you want to make sure everything is right. I mean, you want to become a good artist. You know, I cannot stress enough how important creativity is. It's one of the foundations of things, and that's why I mostly work in abstract, you know. I mostly deal with abstract art, but every once in a while, I'll do a landscape piece. You know, because I want to practice getting better at landscapes. First off, you know, first and foremost, I want to practice that. I think this is coming up pretty good, this one. You know, I think and your landscapes don't have to be realistic. Like I said, this one, I've never seen it exist anywhere. But that's fine, you know, that's... This world is your world here. You can do whatever you want with it. But now we need something over here. You want to keep some of the black areas. So we're going to go back to that same purple. But now we're just going to get darker. And bring this up a smidge. See how we do with that. Oh, that's nice. Once again, we're keeping kind of looks trippy, you know? It looks like a trippy, painting. Start off with the bigger areas first, and work our way down. Now, obviously, we can fix this up. We can make it look a little better. Right now, I'm just trying to put down basic colors, you know? Just really, really basic colors. You can put in any colors you want. I actually think what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a little red to the sky. Maybe in these lighter areas here. You know, because red and purple are a good color combination. Go a little deeper on this. Come back in here. And we'll come down here and we'll add some deeper purples. Because the farther away from the light you get, the darker it's going to get, you know. That's just basic science, honestly. Don't want to get rid of all the black. There we go. I think that looks really cool. In fact, we can add some more black in here. Just about there, you know. Pull some of that purple up with the black. That looks really cool. If you want to add more of like a whiter color to some areas to give the indication that there might be some, you know, some snowy patches over here or something like that, you can do that too. This is your world. You do whatever you want in it. You know, just do what makes you happy. Do what sets you apart from the crowd. You know? And just don't forget the basics of art, you know. You know, if you do something, make sure it's got, you know, there's a reason behind it, you know. I think that's good enough for now. If I want to come back to it, I will. You know? We can always come back to this and fix it up later. But for now, that looks pretty good. Let me just fuzz that off of it. Okay. Alright, so we got... Excuse me. Woo! Allergy season is here, and it's here to stay. Once again, I apologize about this. I don't mean to get all gross in front of you. Not my intention. Oh boy. Alright, so this is looking pretty good so far. Like I said, I wanted to add a little bit of like a reddish hue to the sky. Remember, we start with a lower white first, like a deep white, and then you work your way up to the gradual white. So the legitimate, like, white. Keeping everything where it is. Come back in here, and then... Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. See, once you blend everything in, it looks just a smidge better. I like doing this so much, I'm going to do it again. I come down here now. Once again, these are just indicators. That's all they are, honestly. Just the indication of clouds. I'm not really looking to soften them out too much, you know. Just looking to give indication. There we go. Come back in. Blend it all in. I think that looks cool. I'll get a little red in here. A little bit of red. Doesn't have to be that much, but you can see it there. You know, let's see where we're at right now. Huh, in about 35 minutes. Let's see here. Let's see what we can do. Maybe over here, put some little islands. Put some grassy areas almost. We'll see how it turns out. I'm going to get pretty deep though. I'm going to get a pretty deep greenish. I want to stay in this middle area here because that's what grass usually actually looks like, you know. And we'll come in here. Yeah, that looks good. Then we can come down a little bit and then come back in. Once again, I apologize for being sick and doing this. You know, I wanted to do a drawing, and then I realized I was sick, and I was like, well, I'm going to have to deal with the consequences. We're going to get that water line in there, once again. And we've only been using 2 tools for this, honestly. Just 2. Let's come in here. Bring this down a little bit again. Just remember, I almost forgot to do it myself. I'm going to come in here and we want to bring up the strength a little bit. Not too much, just a little bit. We want to pull down. If you pull a little of the green down, it's okay. It's okay if you do that. You're giving the indication of a reflection. Always remember that. You want those areas to be a little different. Yeah, these are all just basic shapes, honestly. Like, that's all it is. It's basic shapes. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Oh yeah, I wanted to add a little bit, now that we have some green in here. We're going to come down to about right here. It's almost like a teal color. And we come back into our pencil. And we're going to bring this bad boy up just a little. But this time I'm going to bring the alpha down a little bit more. want the indication. Just indicate. Just indicate. You see? A little bit. There. Come back in here. Bring this sucker up. And I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Bring this out a little bit. And then you bring it back. Let's line this area up just a smidge. We don't have to go too heavy with it. There we go. Doesn't that look nice? Put everything in. I think this turned out to be pretty good, all things considered. Now we took a lot of risks, but I think they paid off in the end. You know? Doesn't have to be a perfect piece, you know? Just has to be something that inspires you, I guess. And I've been inspired by Bob Ross in the past. You know, I've loved his art pieces. I think we're ready to sign this. So we're going to go into this guy here. And we'll go right up in here, so. Actually, come down a little bit. Come on, Joe. There we go. Alright, and then obviously we're going to save this new piece. Save as. We're going to save it. Because we need to. You gotta save all of your artwork. And now this is, we're going to call this, excuse me while I move the mic. We're going to call this Purple Dawn.